Mayan Buntag, and welcome to My Filipino Adventure. So what you're about to see here is a conversation we had with Bud Brown. Now, it's not an interview. It's just more like what you consider a fly on the wall. We had a conversation. It's just us talking, and Ina was filming most of it. So it's, like I said, it's not a formal interview. Like some of the channels will interview people. This is just like a fly in the wall. If you were sitting there and we were having a conversation, what it was like. So it's not very structured, and there's not questions and answers. It's just people talking. So I stitched together to make it a little entertaining 20-minute conversation between us and Bud Brown. So I hope you enjoy it. Thanks. About, oh, yes. We'll do that, yeah. We'll do that, yeah. I would not, no one's getting in trouble here, yeah. So anyway, I'm with the OG gangster of YouTube, Philippine YouTube.
Yes.
Bud Brown, my very first
YouTube channel that you can
I started watching
follow.
was Bud Brown because you're such a nice guy. The nicest guy on YouTube, I swear.
As long as he takes his medication.
Yes. Disclaimer, on his medication, the nicest guy in the Philippines. But just a generally nice guy.
And
that's why I like
you
the
are
channel so much.
the reason too. That's why he flew to Dumaguete, because he's always watching your video in Dumaguete, how to live here, the
Well, I
expat in
knew I was coming to the
Dumaguete.
Philippines, but I wasn't sure where. I didn't come to meet a girl. I came to swim with the whale sharks and stuff, and then you and Ned were the first two I realized. I think you guys were the OGs. You, Ned, and Enrique were the OGs. You were the original three.
That's
right?
true.
And you weren't even doing it for
Original
money.
YouTuber,
No, you
just for
monetized.
fun.
Yeah.
No, just for fun.
So those are the three channels I watched, and I said, well, Dumaguete's got to be the place.
Yeah.
And I found out it is the place.
Yeah. Well, you know, for me, and usually, I mean, you're not an older fella like most of the expats here.
I'm
But,
pushing 60.
huh?
I'm pushing 60. I know.
Yeah, you're a little bit older than my kids.
Okay. You got me.
My daughter's 46. My son's 45.
Okay.
So, anyway, for us, and of course, depends on everybody's lifestyle.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
know, this is not a big party town, and it's got a university here, so that, you know, to me, that injects a youthful element into it. It's not too big, not too small. I think it's about 150,000. So, to me, it's got everything.
It is. It has everything. And medical, which is it's a high standard
You can even go to
medical.
movies if you want.
Yeah.
See a film.
Yeah, there is a mall.
Speaking of movies, I got a good little story here.
We'll get a coffee going.
I don't want to get it in. It kind of comes to a T. And I turn right. Holy smokes, there's a movie theater. That's what reminded me when you said that.
Yeah, in the city mall.
And there's the guard there, lady guard. Now, this is several years ago. I don't know if she's still there. But she said, "Oh, Mr. Brown, how are you?" I said, "Oh, you're here." She said, "Yeah, I was the guard at Hypermart before. And I know you and your wife, especially your wife, you know, because she's a summer." I said, "I didn't know there was a movie theater here." She said, "Yeah, if you want to go in and see a movie, just let me know and I'll let you in."
See?
That's
I haven't
nice.
done it yet.
Oh,
But, I mean,
that's
it's
the
just
perks of
it was
being-
nice of her.
But it's so
First
like
being such a
it's
big
really
celebrity.
overwhelming that somebody
Go.
really
Yeah.
show her story in the
Magpakailanman.
Magpakailanman. Oh my God! Oh, people watch and crying.
Even when I watch it, I said,
Yeah,
"Oh, that poor girl," you know.
That's what's not Special K. What's it?
Those
No,
are K-drama, Corina Sanchez,
Karina
What the name of the
Sanchez
show was?
was rated K.
Rated K,
Rated
and
K.
Magpakailanman.
So there's two. One was rated K, and I happen to have.
And then they flew you up to Manila for something else, didn't they? Or flew you somewhere?
Well, here's this is old school with photos, right? Otherwise, I'd have out my phone. Old school.
This is how we used to do it, kids. When you wanted to show a picture of
My
someone.
entire family, by the way.
And this is in California?
That's in California. That's when we went. One of the times we went back.
Holy moly, how many kids do you have?
We got the boy.
Three.
Yeah, I saw the boy. He came to the Philippines.
You're right. The boy and the girl.
Okay.
She has two wide-ranging age children.
Your
This is her
grandkids.
first son, or her
Wow.
first child, and this baby is her second.
So we have 2 grandkids from her, and how about from him?
He's not even married, and he says, I don't even want a girlfriend, because I don't even want a dog. He said, I don't want the responsibility. You know, he's
Yeah.
what do they call it in Tagalog? Binata.
Binata.
Playboy?
Binata.
No, he likes his freedom, and he said that he lives in Hermosa Beach, which is a kind of a high rent area,
Binata.
California, and and people say, man, you're spending so much money for. I don't care. It's worth it to me. You know, this is what I want. This is my lifestyle. This is what I like. But anyway,
More power
here's
to 'em.
Karina.
This is your daughter?
No, that's Karina Sanchez. Interview.
Yeah,
the
the
interview,
interview
yeah.
one. Rated
Look at
K.
Her
Yeah, that's her.
husband ran for president at
By,
one time.
vice pre- No, last time he ran for president, but he
Yeah.
lost.
Yeah.
And now he ran for a.
He
Oh,
ran.
is
He
he
ran
still-
for vice president when Duterte was running.
He ran for president.
President.
when
For
the-
president
Oh.
one time.
Well, he should have ran again because now.
Well, what I understand, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, it's different in the United States where the president chooses
The VP, right?
the VP. I believe here, the second runner-up is the VP.
Well, they
Yeah.
vote separately though. So
Yeah,
she
they
got-
vote
They do
separately.
vote separately.
Yeah,
So you can vote for your VP?
yeah,
Yeah.
and vote
So
for
she
president.
She got her mail. Her
I
voting
vote
in the
mine
mail
when I was in
right here in Detroit,
in
Michigan.
USA.
Okay.
And and then she didn't know, so we did some research online, and we found out where the contestants were. Or the contestants, that's what it's like.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
And,
Contestants.
and then we decided, she decided from that who she'd like to vote for, and we won't say anything about
Yeah.
what
well,
we did.
better
But
not.
it was president, and then you get to vote for
Vice president and
Ah.
senators.
and senators and stuff like that.
I thought everybody ran for president and then the second round, which would be weird.
Oh,
Used to
okay,
be
yeah, I
United
know.
Oh, that's-
Yeah.
oh, really?
The second runner-up was the VP.
Because after bad mouthing each
Yeah.
other and then they're going to work together.
It's like if
Right,
you watch,
that's not good.
HBO series John Adams. And then I watched that and oh, so he got the second amount of votes, so he's the vice president.
Oh, is
That's
that-
how it
Right.
used to be.
Oh.
Right.
So you were partially right. Just old school America, not here. So
That's what I'll hold on to.
so you've now
So where are you living now?
we live right outside Detroit.
Ah,
suburbs
you're
of
back in the
Detroit.
States. Oh,
Yeah.
how long have you? Okay, you came here and then what happened?
Oh, in 2017, I came here for vacation, and I met the lovely Ina at the Batel, and she agreed to go traveling with me. So we went to Oslav and whale shark stuff. We came back, we met you, and we did the interview. We'd only known each other 3 or 4 days. So we spent a couple weeks traveling all through Visayas. I came back 5 more times, or 4 more times,
Wow.
And
to
do
visit
our.
her. So we went to her hometown, met her parents, and then we traveled everywhere but Luzon and Mindanao. We tried to-
Where are your parents?
From Negros Occidental,
Hinobaan.
Hinubaan. Somewhere in Bayawan,
Yeah, by what?
Sipalay, Hinubaan, Sipalay.
Is that Ilonggo?
Ilonggo.
Ilonggo.
Oh. I know one phrase in Hiligaynon, which is Ilonggo.
Yeah.
One phrase. Maayong aga.
Oh, maayong aga.
Means good
Maayong
morning.
aga da si mo.
Oh, that's another good morning.
Yes.
So I got the
Oh,
Tagalog, I've got the Visayas, now I got to do the
There
But,
you go.
but for
Okay.
but for Ilonggo, there is like a sweet
Umaga,
sensation the way they talk. So it's like, yeah, the tone.
Sing song.
Yeah, it's like that. Sounds like that.
We were in Detroit once, downtown, because we don't live in no one lives, well, now they do. It used to be very dangerous. Now Detroit's like a boom town. You
Really?
can't afford property in Detroit. It's through the roof. Everyone moved back down to Detroit. It is so much energy there right now. It's beautiful.
That's good to
People,
hear.
people give Detroit, they hear what they hear on the news. But I say, you go there.
Yeah.
We make movies, a lot of movies in Detroit. And so all the celebrities like Hugh Jackman, he'll go on Twitter or whatever and say, oh, this is the greatest city. And Anthony Bourdain You know who he is?
Oh, of course.
So he's the reason I started traveling.
Oh,
Watching his show. So I
yeah.
gotta get out and
What a
travel.
guy, yeah.
And he says, I wish I was born in a place like Detroit. Wouldn't that be the coolest thing in the world to say that I was born in Detroit? He loves Detroit. So it's kind of its own energy.
It's okay.
Leave it on. I'll edit it.
Are you filming?
No, he's not. He's going to do his stage 2 maybe. If he
Stage
does
2.
it all.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still working. I own my own
I'm just be a
painting company.
camera
Oh,
woman.
very good.
So my guys are working right now, but I would be here in a minute if I could. But yeah, I guess 5 more years until I'm 62. But being a self-employed, my pension is
Yeah, I understand.
like I know you get like pretty good, like 15, or I'm like a third of that. I think mine's like 600 and something bucks. But the house is paid for. We can rent it. We can live over here. And I know you've got savings.
So you bought your house there?
In
You said the house. Oh, you meant here?
No,
oh,
in
and
Detroit.
your house
No,
here is
no,
paid
no,
for.
no, in Detroit.
Oh, it's paid
Yeah.
for?
Oh yeah, I paid cash for it back in 2012. At the end of the Depression, and they were giving stuff away. Now you can't. Now it's worth like a lot more. Much in BL1?
In Bayawan, there is a hospital, big hospital
I've
there,
heard a lot
but
of good things about Bayon. I've never been there, but I've heard a lot. Matter of fact,
Yeah.
our landlord.
now
lives
it's
there.
a little bit booming now,
Yeah.
Bayawan.
Ah.
It has a pure gold.
Jollibee, but then we found out that it wasn't true.
Well, Dumaguete, oh my gosh, it's booming.
It is booming,
Oh,
it is.
You know, I hate to turn down coffee dates,
Yeah.
but I have to taste myself.
Oh, well, people
Yeah,
want
people,
to meet.
yeah, they're have to get together, and of course, yeah, you know. And I'm not a group person. I've tried to join 2 groups of expats. I'm not, because you just can't get the one-on-one.
That's true.
The one-on-one.
That's true.
So I do prefer. Although one time, the week was full, and then somebody was only going to be here for short amount of time, one day, and so I thought, well, I guess I could go back to back.
Oh, two in one day?
2 in 1.
Or here's as far as service, Philippines, at least all the restaurants I've gone to, they're not noted for service.
Right.
Good
In the
service.
States. So I went to this one restaurant, young lady that I said, I want to tell you how to make a foreigner really happy, maybe give her some extra money. After you serve the meal, don't go away and hide until, can somebody help me?
Yeah, that's true, that's
I said,
true.
come back in like 10 minutes or so, say,
Just checking up
do
on them.
do you need anything else? Are you
That's
okay?
true.
Is your
Yeah.
food good? Yeah.
So I got my coffee out and I know she's standing right next to the door. No, don't stand there. Don't stand and watch me.
Yeah.
No. And then it was a place, it was just a room, and I was the only one there. So I said, come back in 10 minutes. And then after a little while, she'd come back. She got the idea.
Oh, nice.
But somebody told me, and I think I may have made a video or something about that. Somebody said the Germans want to be left alone until they,
Until
they
done.
pay their bill.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went to a restaurant last week, a new one. The guy was German, so I took the opportunity to ask him. The owner was
Yeah.
German. And I said, hey, is this true? And then I told him about Americans coming in. He says, it's 90% true.
Yeah.
He said, but a lot of the Germans, if they're used to being served, then they would like you to come in and, fill up the coffee and stuff like that.
Mm.
The Germans can be particular.
So
too.
it's different from American style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a point too in some restaurants where I'll say, yeah, okay, yes, because they'll come back like 4 or 5 times.
Oh, really? You mean in the States?
Yeah, I'm sorry, in the
Oh.
States. How they're like, yeah, okay, everything's good. I'll raise my hand. They start bugging you in a conversation.
Isn't that something?
So it can go both ways. But
Isn't that
yeah.
something?
I think Ian is getting used to it.
I'm used to it. Yeah, I'm used to it
Yeah.
now.
And I think I think she likes the quality of service.
And
in
I know
America.
how before
Food's always hot.
before I was out with my friend to eat outside in the US, and I don't know how to give some tip.
Yeah.
I don't know because
Yeah.
so I just paid. I did not give some tip, and then I said, "Oh my God, I forgot to give tip. I don't know how to do that
Yeah.
because I'm not used to it
No,
here."
you're not used to it,
But
yeah.
eventually, yeah, I know. Even when I was in Manila, after I leave to the hotel and some people help me, I give tip.
How long were you in Manila?
For 1 week. It
Oh, just 1 week.
Yeah, it shows supposed to be a long time or 3 weeks, but because I am petitioning my daughter, but she got sputum, so she needs to come back to medical St. Luke's this coming June 15 again.
Yeah, that's a whole other story. That's the reason we're here this
Yeah.
time. We were planning to come back because the COVID lockdown. I was here after the first time I came about every 3 or 4 months, maybe 6 at the most. I would come for 3 weeks or so
Yeah.
to visit her, and then COVID hit, and then it's been
Yeah.
3 years.
Yeah, I've heard that story a few times.
But now her daughter is 21, so she was over 18, so I couldn't petition her. She had to petition her because she was already an adult.
Oh.
So we went through all that, the paperwork. It took about 3 years with the COVID and everything,
Yeah, yeah.
or 2 years,
So you guys been together for how long now?
5 years.
5 years.
Married for 3.
Married for 3 years.
So, are you a American citizen?
No,
not yet.
not
Okay.
yet.
Are you gonna?
I
You have a green
am
card.
planning.
Yeah.
Planning.
Yeah, because the idea was to come here to retire, and now she decides she's going to stay in America, and I'm going to come over here.
There you go.
She doesn't want to come back to the
Well,
Philippines
if that's
anymore.
the way the
No.
mouse will play.
I'm gonna catch the mouse.
Oh!
I'm gonna catch the mouse. Okay.
That's what it is.
Only one good thing.
Did you know that we're going back to the States
No, when?
next year?
Oh,
Yeah.
for good?
Well, I'll before I say that, I'll say we weren't going to go until we got my. Has anybody here not seen my permanent resident card?
You got a permanent
Proud of
resident card.
that. Yeah, man.
That's not easy to get, is it?
No, it's a lot of
Paperwork?
cos bolongos, as they call it.
I won't show any numbers.
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
okay.
don't show it.
Okay, the alien certificate of registration.
Wow,
So you can stay here
congrats.
forever without having to
This
pay
is-
visas?
See that? That's an important word right there. Permanent resident.
So you don't have to pay
I don't
visa
wanna
fees
show
anymore.
that.
No.
Can I put my face
Personal
on?
information.
Yeah,
that's,
but
plus it's a shiny, pretty card.
after what I know it.
Like a
I'm
big piece of
telling
paper.
everybody I got the gold card. you
Yeah.
know. They say, well, were they out of the platinum cards?
Wow, congrats.
There's enough platinum right there.
Yeah. But what's happened the past few years, our daughter, who's a Navy corpsman, I don't know if you know, it's like a nurse,
Right.
military. One of her duties is to go to homebound people, residents. They can't get out of the house, or older people. And she said she goes there, and most of them, the children never come by, and they're very lonely. And she thinks of us, and says, "Oh, I just miss," because we're a small, close family. I mean, just a boy and a girl, me and Gloria. Of course, we have our grandkids now. But, you know, our whole life has just been us. We've always lived close together. And when we came over here, we used the Balikbayan visa to go back every year. Then, as they say, COVID hit.
Yeah.
And some reason or another, I don't know what, 7 years has gone by. 8 years by now. And so she said, Dad, she said, I'm going to buy a house. I got a mother-in-law, so-called mother-in-law apartment in the back. Says, I know you like to travel. You can go. She lives in San Diego, by the
Oh,
way.
I love San Diego.
Yeah, I do too. And she said, you can come and go just as you want. Don't worry about paying the bills. But I said, hey, you know, come on, we don't need that. We don't need that.
Private, yeah.
Yeah. So I allowed myself to think of the possibility.
Oh.
But first, no way. This is it forever for me.
Yeah.
And so I said, okay, well, of course, Gloria, yeah, we can go tomorrow. And she just, honey. So
She wants to go back to the States.
she's wanted to go since day one. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I said, and I'm trying to tell her,
Yeah,
saying-
same.
She's going to be like that too, I know it.
I'm trying to tell her, honey, the States may not be the way you
Yeah.
The way-
left it.
they will
You know,
leave.
you
Yeah.
have good memories, you know.
Right. You only remember the good things, yeah.
Remember the good things. And so I said to myself, well, okay, we may have a little compromise here. We'll go back, and then either she's going to like it or not like it.
Yeah.
But I do want to spend time with our children. I mean, we are getting up there. We're in our 70s. So Spend time with our children, and then it kind of dawned on me. Wait a minute. We can go to Mexico. We lived in Mexico 2 years.
But Gloria didn't like that either.
She didn't like it, but she's more, as long as we're close to our children,
Yeah.
you know, because I'm thinking, you know, two women in a kitchen,
Yeah.
yeah, it could be rough. So that's a plan B. And so
Or maybe split here, Philippines and home.
maybe Philippines, although
The flight.
I would come here, most likely in reality, every couple years, I would come by myself here for maybe 2 to 3 weeks, maybe a month.
Yeah.
That's really because she's just, oh, look.
But you work so hard for your resident card.
Well, that's the reason that I did that, because when I come to the immigration, big long line, tourists and everything, any resident, permanent, yeah, that's me. Okay, just go on through, you know. Oh, okay.
Classic gold card.
So,
well, the Philippines will be less than without you.
well, thank you, but I'm gonna still be doing my YouTube, so just more adventures.
So maybe next year. So maybe then we'll fly down to Mexico and
yeah,
see Bud.
just- yeah,
to
meet you guys
You're
there.
welcome. You're welcome
Yeah.
to come.
And it being that we're the first guest, will put us up.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
No problem.
Feed us every day.
Bienvenidos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because you met Brian Smith from Bohol,
Yeah.
foreigner farming in the Philippines.
Yeah,
He
Brian.
convinced you to monetize your channel.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I had been watching Brian since he started,
Oh,
and we went to see him when he only had a few thousand subscribers. He was just starting out, and we hit it off tremendously. And we spent a week with him.
A week,
Oh, yeah. We're just hanging out every day. He'd come to get us this little blue multi-cab, and we'd go do this, we'd go do that, we'd spend on the farm, and we just had a
That was
great time.
fun.
But same thing
Yeah.
now, he got so popular that everyone wants to
Yeah.
come and have
Yeah.
lunch with him. But back then, since we were early, that we got lucky and got to spend some quality time with him. So,
yeah, renting cars.
yeah, I've
Rent.
heard. Yeah, I've never heard any bad stories. I see a lot of. I've just always been afraid to drive in this craziness,
Yeah.
especially coming from like Manila, where they have 5 lanes of traffic and they use all 8 of them. You know, they're up in the sidewalks,
Yeah.
and you know.
Well, I used to hear this phrase, and it used to be funny. It was called, if you don't like my driving, stay off the sidewalk.
Yeah.
But now,
It's true. Yeah.
it's true.
But I figure if I'm going to do it, Dumaguete is a better place to start. 'Cause it's not as
Yeah.
bad. Or I'll pay some poor Filipino to drive me to the province and say, get out.
Yeah.
I'll take it from here.
Well, you know there's no traffic signals at all.
No,
in Dumaguete.
just dogs at nighttime sleeping in the road. There's your traffic. That's your speed bumps. Unfortunately.
One of the things that I like about the rain, I love the rain for some reason. It cleans the streets. There's no dogs sleeping
Yeah.
on the street, and not a lot of people out.
Yeah.
So as far as traffic goes, and the Blue Boys got windshield wipers, in good shape there.
Yeah, good shape. Yeah, it's a little window. It's just a little tiny Toyota, the
Yeah.
smallest one.
Yeah.
We're leaving today.
Wego.
Wego.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, those are cute little
So
cars.
we're staying at the CNL Bayview, which is right around the corner
I
from
know, that's
that
what.
unfinished.
That restaurant up there is one of my favorite places. You know, there's a restaurant on the
Yeah.
top floor.
Well,
Yeah.
we just had breakfast there this morning. Yeah.
Oh,
But
nice.
it's not a restaurant anymore. It's just
Oh, it's not?
well, it's just
I
for
haven't
breakfast.
been there in years.
Yeah, it's just for breakfast now.
And so I want
Behind
you
the scenes.
to meet a couple of people that got a hold of me, and now we're down here at Casablanca having coffee. So.
I was filming behind the scenes.